We've had a little time with the latest update to the Division 2, bringing an overhaul to the seasonal model, Seasons 2.0, changing how we interact with the story, progression, and the Season Pass. But is it good? Have these changes successfully given the Division 2 seasons that breath of fresh air they desperately needed? Let's talk about it. I think a good way to lay out this video is breaking it down into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Kicking it off with the good. With Season 2.0, the developers have changed how the story of the season is told. Gone are the manhunts of old and in with seasonal scouts. The previous manhunts unlocked new targets as the season progressed, with a list of tasks for you to do before you were able to take them out, ultimately leading to the prime target and the conclusion of the season. Seasonal scouts completely remove manhunts and replace it with a bit of a test of your knowledge of the game, giving you pretty simple but interesting riddles, with the answer being the task you have to do, specific control points, bounties, and so on. In a way, this feels much more interactive as a way to progress the season, making you think more about what you have to do next instead of just turning off your brain and following a checklist. Scouts open up bit by bit over the course of 14 weeks, with each week adding a new group of riddles. Each task gives you a small reward, but completing the full week of Scouts actually gives you a pretty good chunk of Season Pass XP. More on that shortly. You also get a collectible, which helps progress the plot. Again, I think this is a nice change, even if the activities aren't new. The little riddle gives you a bit of a yay I did it feel, which is kind of nice. It's just a small thing, but I'm also a fan of the new character select screen. It's kind of been punched in and just feels more solid. It's a small but appreciated change. So this next point sits in an odd place because I don't really see it as a good or a bad, and that's priority missions. Priority missions are a tool for those who've logged in and don't really know what to do. You're given the choice of 3 encrypted panels, each with different headers. These represent what kind of activities you will get when you decrypt them. This can be missions, PvP, activities, strongholds, and so on. Before you decrypt a panel, you can also see the type of reward and the duration the task will take. You can only pick one, decrypt it, and complete it to earn the extra rewards. Simple enough. You can abandon the objective if it's a task you don't really want to do, but after your first skip, you do have to wait an hour for another, or you can earn them just by completing the objectives. Like I said, I'm a little indifferent towards the priority objectives. I can see their use, but I think I've only done one since the season started. Most of the time, I roll one, think, I don't really want to be doing that, and just do something else instead. I think I'm also going to put seasonal modifiers in the good. However, I disabled them pretty soon after trying them out. So why have I put the modifiers into good if I haven't actually been using them? Well, I can see their value. It's one of the few things in Season 2.0 that really attempts to shake up the gameplay, giving you a slightly new experience. It can also add new layers to your builds, making you think differently about how you approach a fight, and giving you something new to collect and experiment with. But personally, I just haven't really felt like using them too much. Alright, the bad. Let's get back to Season Pass XP. In the previous seasons, the Season Pass came with 2 tracks, a free track accessible to everyone, and a premium track which cost 1,000 premium credits, about £9 or £10 or dollars, a price I found pretty fair for a full extra track. You leveled the Season Pass by simply leveling your character, with every one level being a level on the Season Pass. This was a nice simple way to progress, which had the added benefit of letting you chase whatever your current goal was in-game, while also leveling your Season Pass. For Season 2.0, the Season Pass and how it's progressed has now been completely reworked. First, the free and premium tracks have been merged, meaning there is less to earn on the free track and less rewards on the premium track, with the premium pass staying at the same price of 1,000 premium credits, essentially giving you less for the same price. On top of this, they have added a Premium Plus pass. This comes with the Season Pass, a 20-tier skip, an outfit and a weapon skin, which comes to $24.99. Giving the paid passes less and adding an even more expensive pass isn't great, But what's really put me off the season pass with Season 2.0, and has actually made this the first pass I haven't purchased, is how it's leveled. Unfortunately, The Division 2 has joined the trend of giving players a set of tasks to do in order to earn season-specific XP. This is now a completely separate resource to normal XP and leveling a character. Some players might enjoy this approach, but for me, it feels like it removes some of the freedom from the game, making it so you can't really do what you want in the way you want to do it. Now you log in, check what you should do to maximize your time and season XP, then away you go. I imagine the goal here was to make the season pass an activity in itself, which is fine, but it doesn't really work for the people who've already put a lot of time into the game, making them rerun the activities and missions they've already ran over and over. Alright, let's move on to the journey. So this is literally a list of busy work to earn you some season XP, crafting materials, and some other goodies, plus there is a mask for completing the whole thing. The journey is 7 sets of 8 different objectives, with the objectives getting harder the further you progress through the journey. As an example, the first tier has you doing things like complete a specific mission, buy an item from a vendor, and capture a control point. Then for the final tier, it's more things like defeat Nemesis in Descent, complete 10 countdown objectives on Heroic, or destroy 100 enemy gadgets. This is something I just don't really gel with. As I've said, it feels more like just busy work to keep you distracted from the fact you're still playing the same content that we've all been playing for years now. Which moves me on to the ugly. This is something I've sort of alluded to throughout this video. There's simply nothing new to do here. The journey, priority objectives, and to an extent the seasonal scouts are all ways to relabel the same missions, control points, activities, and bounties that we've all been playing for what feels like way too long. We do have that new expansion on the horizon, but it really feels like Season 2.0 should have been released alongside that new expansion, instead of the lead up to it. At its core, Season 2.0 feels like a UI update that just restructures how we approach the existing content. So let's pull everything together. The Division 2 Season 2.0 update is a much needed refresh to the previous seasonal model, providing the player with a much more interactive way to progress through the story beats and seasonal modifiers being there to mix up the gameplay. The journey and priority objectives feel more like a way to repackage old content than something new, and the changes to the Battle Pass feel like a step in the wrong direction in my opinion. If you're watching this video hoping for something new to dive into, sadly it seems like you're still left waiting for that brand new expansion coming at some point in 2025 to take us back to Brooklyn. Let me know what you think of Season 2.0. Do you agree with my takes or not? Let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for future uploads. If you want to support the channel, you can do that here on YouTube by becoming a member or over on Patreon. All support goes back into the channel, helping me create better quality content for you. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.